Good afternoon and hello everyone joining us live on YouTube today, and happy Douglass Week everyone to all of you, and a very happy Black History Month to everyone in the US. I'm Dr. Caroline Dunham Schroeder. I'm the founder of Douglass Week, and we're absolutely thrilled that we get to share this fantastic week with you all. With my wonderful I'm not sure you can hear me. I hope you can hear me. I'm here with my wonderful colleague and friend and also Douglass Week co-founder, Kristen Leary. Hello, Kristen.
Hello, Caroline. Yes, I can hear you. Hello, everyone. Welcome to day 2 of Douglass Week. We had a fantastic first day yesterday, and we're really looking forward to day 2. Day 1, I should note, relevant to this conversation coming up, we had a wonderful conversation about Indigenous languages with some Fulbrighters, which I was very happy to be able to attend. You can check out that event and others on our YouTube channel. We're posting recordings of all of these events there.
And of course, we're especially delighted to be here and joined with our friends from Fulbright in Ireland and Fulbright around the world. So we're very excited about that. And this year, as Kristen said, it's the second day and it's the second annual Douglass Week. And we're here to celebrate and commemorate the great abolitionist, Frederick Douglass, and other change makers. But we're also here, and we're looking forward to that. We're also here to commemorate not just the Douglass family, Frederick Douglass himself, and other change makers, but we're also here to discuss contemporary issues. Such as identity, race, independence, equal rights. But we're also here to celebrate some of our guiding themes, I'd say, that we both of our organizations share, like connectedness and co-creation, collaboration, and intercultural transatlantic exchange. So very happy and very excited for this event today.
And before we begin, just a few small things for housekeeping. This event will be about 1 hour. You will be able to submit comments, questions in the chat on our YouTube page. We will be monitoring that, and we'll pass any of those on to our speakers for comment from them at the end of their remarks. We ask everyone in the comments and elsewhere to please be respectful. This is a respectful, safe dialogue space. Please be aware of that for both our panelists and other audience members. And we will not tolerate any inappropriate conduct. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you everyone for being respectful. And just for your information, this is one of the many events we're hosting for Douglass Week. Like the other events, this will be recorded. And if you miss an event, you can always go and do what you're doing right now. You're live on YouTube. You can always watch back, or you can watch some of our other events here. And then, of course, please check out our website and our full program there so that you can enjoy the full range of Douglass Week this week.
And before then, we hope you enjoy this Douglass Week event. And I will hand over now to Fulbright Ireland Executive Director, Dr. Dara FitzGerald. Thank you, Dara.
Many thanks, Kristen. Many thanks, Caroline. We're delighted to be here. And I can say welcome to everyone joining from the USA, Ireland, and indeed across the world. As Kristen said, I'm Dara FitzGerald. I'm the Executive Director of the Fulbright Commission in Ireland. And we're very much delighted to be collaborating with the Douglass Week team and Fulbright alumni on a number of events this week. This is a global event series, and it features creative, collaborative, critical responses to Frederick Douglass and other change makers. And it's interesting because we like to think of Fulbright awardees, alumni, or Fulbrighters as they're known as change makers. For those of you who are not very familiar with us already, the Fulbright program was founded in 1946, and it is the largest US international exchange program in the world. It offers opportunities for students, scholars, and professionals to undertake postgraduate study, research, and teaching in more than 155 countries worldwide. So it's a very broad spectrum there. The Ireland-US Scholarship Exchange began in 1957, and the Commission, as it stands, was set up under an Act in 1991. So our vision in the Fulbright Commission in Ireland is to inspire minds to create a global culture of understanding and solidarity by nurturing academic and professional excellence, expertise, fortitude, and leadership. And this is very much what Fulbrighters themselves do. We strive to ensure that our programs reflect and value the diversity of Irish and US societies. We are committed to increasing the level of participation of diverse communities in US Irish exchanges and to spreading awareness of the Fulbright Awards amongst those traditionally underrepresented in international exchange. This is very important to us. We believe it's very important and are delighted to announce the Fulbright Frederick and Anna Douglass Award for US citizens today. In cooperation with the Frederick Douglass Family Initiatives Foundation and with the support of the US Embassy in Ireland, we have established this new award to honour the legacy of Frederick and Anna Douglass. We really felt it was important from the outset to include Anna Douglass' name in the title of the award, as she was pivotal to what Frederick Douglass accomplished. The award we're announcing today would support US graduate students to complete a master's degree at Dublin City University in Ireland in the study of civil rights, sociology, history, economic history, American studies, public policy, management, or other related fields. Students interested in doctoral programs or non-degree master's level research at DCO will also be considered. So please take that to heart. We're thrilled to work with Professor Dara Keogh and DCO to offer this award. Dara is on the call today, so we will talk to him later. The university is known as one of Ireland's top education institutions and for being highly accessible and inclusive. There is also a very vibrant Fulbright alumni community there. And we hope that this new award will also encourage US citizens to consider Fulbright Awards to Ireland more broadly, as there are all discipline awards and a number of field-specific sponsored awards available to students, scholars, and professionals. And this is annually, so please also be open to those opportunities. My colleague Paula will give you an overview of the specific Frederick and Anna Douglass Award and also tips on how to start preparing ahead for the application period, which will run April to October 2022. She will also share details of our upcoming US Student Award webinar, which we expect will be helpful to those who wish to apply. I hope you'll be able to join us again to learn more at that time. I would also like to mention that the application period for the Fulbright Awards for Irish citizens to travel to the USA is open annually from August to November. Similar to our awards for US citizens, there are opportunities available in all disciplines. If there are any Irish citizens watching this, please visit our website, fulbright.ie, for more information on those. Late last year, we actually launched the parallel Fulbright Frederick and Anna Douglass Award for Irish students to go to the USA. And we're really looking forward to announcing the first successful candidate for that competition in June 2022. Shortly, it'll move on beyond me, and I'll welcome our speakers to say a few words. But in the interim, I would like to say thank you, first of all, to them all, as this award really wouldn't have been possible without a lot of moving parts. So first of all, thank you to Kenneth B. Morris and the Frederick Douglass Family Initiative, and to the US Embassy in Ireland for collaborating on this award, to Professor Dara Keogh for hosting this award at Dublin City University, to Kevin Green, who's also with the Frederick Douglass Family Initiatives, for his participation on the review panel for the Irish Award, to Kristen Leary and Caroline Schroeder, and to all of the Douglass Week team for the fantastic program they've put together. And a massive amount of work has been put into this, and we've been able to see this, and we're very impressed by all of the activities and the way it's all come together. I think it's a very good fit for Fulbright, actually, as it stands. Thanks also to the Fulbright team at the Commission for all their hard work, in particular Emma Lockney. So there will be an opportunity to ask our Fulbright Student Awards Manager, Paula Melvin, questions about this award at the end of the session. The application period will open in April 2022, so this will give you plenty of time to formulate a plan. I do encourage our audience today to spread the word. Please tell your colleagues, students, friends, and family members about this award and let them know that we're eager to welcome them to Ireland through the Fulbright programme. The opportunities are there. I think the door is open, so please consider walking through. Now, I want to take the opportunity to introduce Angie Jertson, Deputy Public Affairs Officer at the US Embassy in Dublin, to say a few words. Hello, Angie.
Hello. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you to the Douglass Week folks for the opportunity to join this incredible event. I arrived in Dublin in August 2020 at the height of the pandemic, and these types of engagements virtually have been instrumental in keeping us connected together. The U.S. Embassy was delighted to work with the Fulbright Commission in Ireland with the support of the Frederick Douglass Family Initiatives Foundation to establish this award, honoring the legacy of Frederick and Anna Douglass. I would like to take a moment also to express additional thanks to our colleagues at the Irish Department of Foreign Affairs for their incredible support making this distinguished two-way exchange program a reality. From my personal perspective, it is so amazing to see what started off as a few Zoom conversations over a year ago flourish into this opportunity for U.S. and Irish students. This award highlights what the Fulbright program is all about, increasing mutual understanding through lived experience. Frederick Douglass traveled to Ireland in 1845, describing his visit as transformative. The relationships formed during his visit contributed to the shared history of both our countries, and Fulbright exchanges have continued to build upon this shared history. The Biden administration has made its priority pursuing a whole of government equity agenda. And for its part, the U.S. Embassy continues to work to spread awareness of its programs among diverse communities, many of whom have been traditionally underrepresented in international exchange. Our goal is to increase the level of diversity in our exchange programs more broadly. We understand that Ireland may not always be the first country that comes to mind when U.S. students of diverse backgrounds are considering opportunities abroad. But it is our hope that through opportunities such as this Fulbright Award, more and more students will be encouraged to consider Ireland as a destination. As mentioned last year, we were delighted to see the launch of the application for Irish students, and soon we hope to see the first students travel from Ireland to the United States on this award. And now we are equally excited to see that U.S. graduate students are being invited to apply to study or undertake research in Ireland. These students would have the opportunity to study at Dublin City University, who graciously agreed to host these first fellows. We've been delighted to collaborate on this excellent effort, and we really look forward to welcoming the first fellows who travel. As each student travels, their experience will continue to develop the strong transatlantic ties between our two countries. It was a pleasure to meet all of you virtually, and thank you for your time.
Thank you, Angie. Indeed, a conversation I had a year ago. I'll be very interested to see the ripples of that conversation as it continues. It's now my pleasure to introduce a message from Kenneth B. Morris, who's co-founder and president of the Douglass Family Initiatives. Kenneth is a great-great-great-grandson of Frederick Douglass and the great-great-grandson of Booker T. Washington. He is reviving the critical work of his ancestors in his key leadership role at FDFI, and we've been very pleased to be able to work with him and his colleagues here over the last year. So I think without further ado, we can play that message.
Hello from California. I'm Kenneth B. Morris Jr., co-founder and president of Frederick Douglass Family Initiatives. We're a U.S.-based nonprofit, abolitionist, and anti-racist organization with a mission to build strong children and to end systems of exploitation and oppression. I'm honored to continue to be a part of Douglass Week and part of this program announcing the Fulbright Frederick and Anna Douglass Award for U.S. citizens. I'm thrilled that Fulbright Ireland created this award last year to commemorate the story of Frederick Douglass's journey to Ireland in 1845 and 1846 and to recognize the legacy of my great ancestors. Thank you to Fulbright for your partnership, your outreach to diverse applicants in underrepresented communities, and for establishing this award to celebrate and lift up the legacy of Frederick and Anna Douglass. Special thanks to the Fulbright Commission in Ireland, Dr. Dara FitzGerald, and thanks also to Dublin City University and the U.S. Embassy in Dublin for joining this announcement event and for your continued support. Frederick Douglass was changed by Ireland, the new experiences he had, and his interaction with new people, new cultures, and new ideas along the way. I hope that Fulbrighters who receive this award will find inspiration in the story of both Frederick and Anna Douglass and will be further encouraged by people and places they encounter as they pursue their studies. We're excited about the opportunity these awards represent and the Fulbright commitment to expanding outreach through your mission of international intercultural relations. We are honored to help celebrate your achievements and to support this new award, encouraging a new generation of leaders and change makers. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Kenneth, for that gracious endorsement of what it is we're doing here. Now, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Professor Dara Keogh. He's the president of Dublin City University, and we have been working with Dara on a number of initiatives over the years, and we're delighted that he is again collaborating on this very important award to us. Thank you, Dara.
Thank you, Dara, and welcome everybody. As we say in Irish, Céad Míle Fáilte, 100,000 welcomes to Dublin City University. As you can see out my window, this historic building here, it's beautiful and it's green, and we're looking forward to welcoming our inaugural fellow here to our university. I'm pleased to see everybody in the room, but especially our colleagues, to Dara FitzGerald and our friends in the Fulbright Commission, to Angie and her great colleagues in the US Embassy in Dublin, who worked to build that bridge between Ireland and the United States. It's good to see Kenneth again, and thank you for your mission and your message for us today. I look forward to hearing details about the award and the process from the great Paula Melvin, who's Student Awards Manager in the Fulbright Commission and is lucky enough to be an alumna of our university. At DCU, we're thrilled to be involved to host the inaugural Frederick and Anna Douglass Fellow. It's great to be part of this celebration of Douglass Week, and of course this is Black History Month as well, so we're delighted to be here. Dublin City University is a young university, almost 20,000 students. We're known as Ireland's University of Enterprise, and I also like to think of us as Ireland's University of Opportunity, where we provide opportunities for the very best students to flourish. We're delighted to host this inaugural fellow with the Fulbright Commission. It's important for us to have this occasion to honour the pioneering legacy of brave people like Frederick and Anna Douglass, who stood up for civil rights, for equality, and for opportunities, who propagated that sense that all of us are destined to flourish, and it's incumbent on all of us to remove barriers towards the advancement of others. So it's great to be part of this, and as I say, to work with the Fulbright Commission and with the Frederick Douglass Family Initiatives, two organizations committed to inclusion. The creation of this award is part of that long-term conversation over centuries across the Atlantic between Ireland and America. If we think of the shared struggle for freedom on both sides of the Atlantic, if we think of the American patriots in the 1770s and their reference to the Irish patriots of the decades before, if you think of Daniel O'Connell, Ireland's liberator, and the inspiration that he provided for Frederick Douglass, if you think more recently too of the civil rights movement in Northern Ireland and the inspiration that it derived from similar movements in the United States. As the patriots of the 1770 put it, the cause of Ireland was the cause of America. And that remains the case today in 2022. This week and this year, we're marking the 175th anniversary of Frederick Douglass's visit to Ireland, the Emerald Isle. And that visit had a profound impact on Douglass. He wrote that it was not just the happiest time of his life, but he wrote that he had undergone a transformation. I live a new life, was how Douglass put it as a result of his visit. Daniel O'Connell, Ireland's liberator, the great Dan who strove against exclusion and created modern democracy and models of democracy across Europe, described Frederick Douglass as the Black O'Connell of the United States. And we have a connection here in DCU with Daniel O'Connell. One of our campuses, the All Hallows campuses, was built and supported by Daniel O'Connell. I'd like to think that perhaps that Daniel O'Connell brought Douglass to see All Hallows on his way to Howth during that visit. And certainly we were delighted a few years ago to host Nettie Douglass, who's Frederick Douglass's great-great-granddaughter, to a celebration of Douglass's impact here on All Hallows campus. We hope that this award that's been launched this evening will transform the lives of the candidates who receive it. It is the opportunity for transformation that just as Frederick Douglass himself was transformed by his Irish experience, that this fellowship will transform one lucky candidate this year. It's important for us to do this, and it's really a great opportunity. We're very pleased at DCU because our university is committed to people first. We're committed to equality, diversity and inclusion, and our mission is to transform lives and societies. As our partner university, ASU in the United States, the president there, Michael Crow, says, we like to be defined by the people we include, not the ones that we exclude. And this week, of course, as we celebrate Black History Month, and particularly today, as we celebrate Women in Science Day, I'm reminded of an initiative here in DCU last year where we commissioned portraits of women in walls to inspire women, young women, and our students to excel in science. 2 of the 6 portraits commissioned were of American women of colour. Katherine Johnson, the mathematician celebrated in that great movie, Hidden Figures, and Dr. Marie Maynard Daly, who was the first African-American woman in the United States to earn a PhD in chemistry. We value these ambitions. We value education as an opportunity to flourish, and we're excited about the possibility of hosting the inaugural Frederick and Anna Douglass Scholar here at Dublin City University. So thank you, and I look forward to the rest of tonight's discussions.
Dara, thanks very much. Your personal and official interest and support for this is fantastic. So thank you again from the Commission point of view. I think just reflecting on what you said there, we could wholly endorse and support, particularly the aspect you're talking about, the diversity, equity, inclusion. You know, we're very much encouraging applicants who may never consider Fulbright or Fulbright to Ireland to really consider that the door is wide open. This is the time and this is the opportunity, and I can promise you, as Dara had said, you know, that the 100,000 welcome. So we're very, very interested in hearing from you. Please don't deselect yourself immediately from the application process, because there certainly is a space for many, many people to apply. So having said that, then, how do you apply, and what about the award? I'm delighted now I can pass over to Paula Melvin. Paula, a colleague from the Commission, Paula manages the U.S. and Irish student applications among a number of other programs, and she's well equipped to hopefully answer any of the questions that potential candidates might have. So over to you, Paula.
Thank you, Daire. As Dr. Daire FitzGerald mentioned, I'm Paula Melvin, Awards Manager with the Fulbright Commission in Ireland. And as Professor Keogh touched upon, I'm also an extremely proud and a very active alumni of Dublin City University, a very inclusive and innovative place. So I'm particularly thrilled about this exciting new partnership, especially considering Professor Keogh was my history lecturer in DCU, which is one of the many fields that you can study as part of this new sponsored award. The Frederick and Anna Douglass Award for US citizens encompasses a full tuition waiver from DCU, a living stipend, cultural orientation, support, and much, much more. It is so important to note that your Fulbright should not finish when your course or your studies in DCU has been completed. You will become a member of what we like to call the Fulbright family. The Fulbright Network internationally and the work of the Irish Fulbright Alumni Association and the Ireland United States Alumni Association will enrich your experience with Fulbright and DCU long after your award finishes. For all grants, the Fulbright Commission is seeking excellent applicants with strong leadership potential and a commitment to the ethos of what it is to be a Fulbrighter. We are also committed to widening the access to the Fulbright programme. We do this by maintaining equitable application and selection processes and providing the opportunity for all to apply. Additionally, we also recognise that the cost of taking up an academic opportunity, even with the support of the Fulbright Award, can be a barrier in some cases. Although stipends are calculated in a fair and equitable way across all awards, there are cases in which additional supports, both resources and funding, may be required. This equity step, which we like to call the Opportunity Fund, is a chance to ensure that all our awardees can take up their Fulbright Awards. So if you're considering applying for this or any other US student award, it is great that you're watching this call this evening. as the application period is open between April and October. So now is a perfect time to begin planning your application if you have not done so already. Full details on this particular award and all our other awards for US students will be updated on the Commission's website, which is www.fulbright.ie, which will be shared in the chat box once the application period opens. In particular, I strongly encourage you to visit our Coming to Ireland webpage, which has links to resources and supports that will help you prepare, including alumni experiences and event videos. Please also have a look at the eligibility criteria. I won't read out an exhaustive list of which this evening Irish time. Applicants must be citizens or nationals of the US at the time of application. Permanent residents are not eligible. Applicants must have been conferred a bachelor's degree or equivalent before the start of the grant. The Institute of International Education, IIE for short, administer Fulbright in the United States. So through our website, you can find their website for full eligibility criteria. IIE are the ones who actually manage the US students' application process in the States. IIE will also be arranging webinars, tips, and more that will help you start preparing essays and references ahead of the application period. But you may also register for Fulbright Ireland's webinar for students on April 5th, 2022. The link will be put in the chat. So that is particularly for US students on April 5th, 2022, who are hoping to come to Ireland. Another quick tip is that Fulbright is really about people. So we're not hoping to just send people from Ireland to the States and people from America to Ireland and have them do something in a lab or in a classroom. It's really about the greater good and what outreach you're going to do. And therefore, pay particular attention to your personal statement when you're crafting your application. Your personal statement should reflect who you are as a person. And if you're enrolled in an undergraduate or graduate program in a US college or university at the moment, you're strongly encouraged to apply through that institution. If you're not currently enrolled, you may be eligible to apply through your alma mater, provided that the institution is willing and able to accommodate alumni applications. All other candidates will apply as at-large applicants. The Fulbright Program Advisor in your home institution will set up a campus application deadline for the institution students, which is typically 4 to 6 weeks earlier than that final mid-October deadline. And please confirm with the campus deadline with your Fulbright Program Advisor in your home institution in the United States. And of course, your application must be submitted with all the supporting documents by the final deadline. It's also worth noting that you may only apply to one Fulbright opportunity per academic year. So for example, if you're applying for this Frederick and Anna Douglass Award to Ireland, you may not also apply to teach English in France, say, or undertake a PhD in the UK in the same academic year. But you could say apply for this award this year and you may apply for another Fulbright Award in years to come. And if you happen to apply and be unsuccessful, you're more than welcome to apply in another year. And we are here to help. So at any stage, please reach out to me or any of my colleagues. And I look forward to trying to answer your questions that may appear in the chat box. The most common question I frequently get asked, I think, from US students is regarding visas. So US students who are awarded Fulbrights do not have to get a visa, and they simply register with immigration in Ireland, and we help you do that. We also, a lot of US students would be usually coming to Ireland for around 10 months. So a lot of American students choose to set up bank accounts in Ireland, and we help you through that process as well. We are really here to help in the Fulbright Commission here in Ireland. I don't think there's any questions in the chat yet, but if you have any, please send them our way. There's quite a wide range of topics you may undertake the Frederick and Anna Douglass Award with. So civil rights, sociology, history, economic history, American studies, public policy, management or related fields. And students interested in doctoral programs or non-degree masters of research at DCU will also be considered. Do you need to include references? Yes, you do. So you have to include 3 references with your application. I'm just reading the chat box here. What can you do to start preparing for my application? I'd researched the ethos of what it means to be a Fulbrighter and what you're going to do outside the classroom in DCU, how you're going to engage, and you return after your Fulbright to Ireland, what you're going to share back to your home community in the United States. Definitely research DCU, have a look at what course in DCU you want to study or who you want to work with in Dublin City University. And we will have more tips about writing that application in our webinar on the 5th of April. And also IAE, closer to the launch date, will be opening more webinars on how to write an application as well. Can I contact Fulbright alumni? Yes, you can. On Fulbright's website, the Irish Commission, that is, www.fulbright.ie, and that is Fulbright 1L. We have all our alumni on our website. In Ireland, we also have a campus ambassador on most third-level institutions, campuses here in Ireland. I believe Francis Ward is still the DCU campus ambassador. We strongly recommend that you reach out to the campus ambassadors in particular. They're there to help, like us in the Fulbright office. Can you follow us in social media? Yes, you can. So they might be popped in the chat box, I'm hoping. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. What are the partner universities in the United States? So if you're applying as an Irish person on the other side, hoping to undertake Frederick and Anna Douglass in the United States, you may apply to go to anywhere in the United States on a Frederick and Anna Douglass Award. So you can apply from any home institution in Ireland to any host institution in the United States. But what we're launching tonight specifically is for someone from the United States to come to Dublin City University. And we're very active on social media. Can you apply from any US university? Yes, you can. And we particularly welcome diversity and inclusion. So I want to see people who have a background from community colleges and liberal arts colleges, a wide range of home institutions in the United States. Yes. I've met people from basically all states, I think, and numerous universities and states have undertaken Fulbright Awards in Ireland. So someone's asking, can they contact Fulbright Ireland or contact Fulbright in the United States? Both. You can contact me. I will pop my email address in the chat, and also you can contact my colleagues in the United States. fbstudent.eur@iae.org. So that's fbstudent.eur@iae.org. Or you can contact me, or you can email us at awards@fulbright.ie, and we are here to help, of course. We're a small team. Dara FitzGerald is Executive Director. I'm the Student Awards Manager. Sonia McGuinness is the Scholar Awards Manager. Emma Lockney is a Communications Manager who was a key part of organising this event this evening. And Sarah West is our Executive Assistant as well. And there are Fulbright Program Advisors in many US institutions who can help prepare your applications. So you should definitely have a look at your home institution in the United States if you're currently completing a master's or an undergraduate degree, or if you are a graduate, you can also contact your alma mater. And in numerous institutions in the United States, there are Fulbright program advisors there who will also help you. And like I said, your home institution in the United States may set, say, an internal deadline sometime in September, perhaps, for you to submit a draft of your application, and they will help you apply. There's also lots of videos of US Fulbright alumni experience on our Fulbright Ireland YouTube channel. Like all around the world, when the pandemic hit, we moved more online. So we have lots of videos and resources on Fulbright Ireland's YouTube channel as well. Someone's asking, does it help to talk with a Fulbright alum first before I apply? Yes, it definitely does. So reach out to alumni and ask them for their tips, definitely. And it's definitely worth considering, what else do you hope to do when you're in Ireland? at our US student and scholar orientations from the American Fulbrights who come to Ireland. It's always great fun when people talk about what their project is, what they hope to do in the lab or in the classroom, but then also they plan to go and jump in a bog or go and see the Ring of Kerry, cycle the Ring of Kerry, and what else they want to do. It's really about that kind of cultural engagement as well. You can also contact alum through us as well. You can email us awards@fulbright.ie and indicate which member of our alumni community you'd like to be put in touch with. So if the Frederick and if anyone would like to get in touch with whoever becomes the Frederick and Anna Douglass awardee when they come over, please reach out to us and we'd love to get you involved. I think, as Dr. Dara FitzGerald always says to the Fulbrighters, say yes to nearly everything. So get involved when you're here and make the most of the opportunity that comes your way. Someone's asking, will there be any Frederick or Anna Douglass events when the students are here? We in the Fulbright Commission in Ireland sincerely hope so. So we look forward to working with whoever the selected candidate is. And I think in June we'll be announcing who the successful Irish candidate is. So there's a lot of exciting things. Watch this space, definitely watch our social media platforms and watch our website. We also carry out online interviews, which gives an opportunity to present all aspects of your interests and perhaps levels the playing field for all applicants as well. So if anyone has any more questions, please pop them in the chat as well. I happen to live very near the 3 magnificent campuses that DCU have. So no matter which campus you will be studying on, you'll have an amazing time. So we greatly welcome any questions. I don't know if Dr. Dara FitzGerald, Professor Dara Keogh would like to chime in on anything at the moment, but we're waiting for a few more questions.
Oh, we're not all called Dara in Ireland. There's only the 2 of us on here tonight, but we spell it differently so as you can tell us apart. But I'd just like to echo Paula's point. It's a great opportunity, and especially for people, who wouldn't be obvious students in Ireland. For people who may feel that's something I could never have aimed for, this might be precisely what you need. And for us too, it'll be great to have a diverse student body here, and just somebody different. It's an opportunity that you might never have considered, and one that will certainly change your life.
Paula, I think I just make a couple of general comments to dispel some myths, actually. One is that you don't need to have any Irish heritage at all. In fact, Fulbright is a cultural exchange program. So if you don't have any Irish heritage, I think it's even more of a cultural exchange. And we absolutely welcome that and in fact kind of endorse and promote that. The other thing to say is that we're not interested primarily, we are interested in primarily as you as a person, but not necessarily your academic track record. So we're very much looking at the entire person. And a lot of our great Fulbrighters, have done amazing things, not just necessarily academically, but professionally, personally, and are really interesting people. And that's kind of what we're looking for. And you also don't need to be able to speak Irish to operate in Ireland. We're all speaking English, and that's the primary language, although Irish is another language that does exist. It's not English with an Irish accent. It's actually a language. Paula probably could help you along with that. But it seems that we don't have any more questions at this time, and we appreciate it's a Friday evening, and there will be plenty of opportunity for people to follow through with all the different contact points that are presented on our website and through the Douglass Week. So I think it's probably a good opportunity now really just to close down the meeting. I can hold it at the very end if something pops up. But first of all, I want to say thank you to all of our speakers who I have to say feel like very close colleagues at this point. And also to you all for joining us today. And indeed, those of you who then take the opportunity to watch this subsequently, Thanks again to Caroline and Kristen for inviting and facilitating our engagement with the Douglass Week. It's been very enjoyable for us, and I think it's probably very useful, and it's a good fit for us as well. We hope that you will join us for our upcoming webinars to learn more about the awards and the application process. Please visit our website, Fulbright, fulbright.ie, and join us on our multiple social media channels for any news and tips throughout the year. So I think I'm going to take the opportunity to sign off and say thank you very much to everybody, and enjoy the rest of your day.